Hey, Estevao. I mean, that was just fire. That was instant fire. Woo! I mean, young boy could have had a hat trick. Could have messed around and scored a hat trick on his preseason debut, Chelsea debut. I mean, this is just crazy, guys. Welcome back to Chelsea Godfather channel. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm on my way on the road to 2,000 subs. Please show your boy some love. Let's jump right in. Chelsea 2, Bayern Leverkusen 0. This is our first preseason game, whereas I believe this is Bayern's last preseason game. I believe this is their fifth preseason game. And you could not tell by what just happened. And what just happened was you saw one team wearing blue, just literally control and dominate this game from start to finish. And it did not matter which player or which level of players that Maresca brought off the bench. It was pretty much the same level. The level did not drop. The implementation of the game plan, of the ideas, the philosophy stayed the same. It stayed the same, and that is what I was looking for. Obviously, it's season. I don't really care too much about winning, losing, drawing, scores. It's really about performance of the team. And today's game, yeah, it ended 2, but really we should have had like at least 3 or more. And overall, it was a fun game to watch. It was a fun game to watch, and it's not due to the opposition not trying. I mean, they tried. They were marking us. They were like fouling our boys. They almost injured Palmer in the first half. They got physical with our players, like as if 3 points were on the line. Obviously, on the other side, you had Eric, Ten Hag as the manager, and you had that defender from Liverpool. I don't know whether he was set in on a mission. The kid Kwanzaa, whether he was sent on a mission from Liverpool to injure Palmer. It was just crazy, but. I mean, the story of the day was none other than William Estevao with a brilliant goal in the first half. Really should have had more than one goal in the game. Each time the ball was, on his feet, it's like everybody in the stadium was basically on their feet. Just too much fire, too much fire. Like we always just looking forward to something positive that's going to happen. And the young kid did not let us down. And he scored the first goal. And again, it's still early days. He's only 18 years old. So I mean, let's not really get ahead of ourselves. And give him room to grow, room to breathe and grow. But I mean, it's looking good. Let me just say that. And then talking about looking good is the other winger that we bought. Jamie Bino Gittens. I mean, for me, he was reminiscent of a 21-year-old Ian Robin when he played at Chelsea back in 2005. I believe 2004, 2005, season, and 2005, 2006 season. He was with us for roughly about two or three seasons. Just electric with each touch. I mean, that was, like with Robin, he's not, if you're looking for a winger to score 20 goals, then you're looking at the wrong thing. What you should be looking for is a winger that with each touch, is just going to be hard to mark, right? Like I was watching him and I couldn't tell whether is this kid left-footed or is he right, footed. It was just crazy. I couldn't really, even me, I didn't know, was he trying to go to the byline or was he cutting in? I mean, his, footwork was just electric, uh, electric footwork. And with just each movement, it was just creating danger. He himself should have scored in this game, but again, it's just early days, right? It's early days, first game of the season, and so far so good. Next player that I would like to talk about is none other than Darius Sugo. That's the Caicedo regen. I mean, I believe, I don't know whether he's 19 years old or 20. He's obviously all our players, all these new players, they're all kids. But I mean, he looked the part. He looked the part. He looked and played like Caicedo. Once we removed Caicedo in the second half, and then went with pivot of Sugo and Santos, he pretty much held it down. And even when Santos subsequently left, he was just a monster. That's when he really stood out in midfield, and that's how you know that this young kid is good. This young kid is good, and what it is like with him and with Santos, who obviously also played very well. With these two young midfielders, what it does is it gives Maresca room and time to not have to rush Lavia back in the game. I mean, Lavia, Mr. Lavia, if you are out there, listen, just take your time, get well soon, just get all the way well, 100% fit, no half and a half. Because, what we need is 100% Lavia that's going to last the rest of the season. What we don't need is Lavia rushing back, playing like 4 or 5 games and then getting injured and being out for like 3 or 4 months. So that was a positive. Then last but not the least is none other than João Pedro. João Pedro. I mean, this player is a difference maker. Like this is it for us. Like Pedro is gonna, if we're gonna do anything great this season, I mean, Pedro, knock on wood, I mean, Pedro's going to have to stay fit for the whole season, because this is a player that just gives us a chance, right? When you have a player that can score, whether he plays as a striker or whether he plays as a 10, right? The goal he scored, he actually played as a 10. Because I don't know if y'all were watching over the last 10 to 15 minutes of the game. Maresca actually moved Neto to the striker role and played João Pedro behind him, and that's where he scored that goal as a 10. So it doesn't matter whether he's a 10 or whether he's a 9. He knows how to just strike that ball, and he strikes the ball with so much venom, right? And it was low, hard. There's no chance. And from, I believe it may have been slightly outside the box, or just slightly inside the box. But either way, it wasn't an easy goal to score. But once you saw him, with time on the ball in and around the box, like we all knew what he was gonna do next. And for us, it was like, okay, just keep this ball on target and a little bit away from the goalie, because we know that Pedro packs a punch with his shot, and that's exactly what happened. And that made it 2-0, and pretty much after that, the referee blew the whistle. I mean, there's no need to talk about the veterans like Palmer, James, all those guys. I mean, like we already know what they can do. Today's game was pretty much about the newbies and also the academy lads that came in. Shout out to Saki, Saki, who had that brilliant assist for Joe, Pedro's goal. I mean, the way he worked his man and got behind the fullback was quite impressive. And so onwards and upwards. Our next our preseason game is on Sunday, I believe, against AC Milan, also at the Bridge. Let's see what happens. Like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel. God bless you guys. Peace.